You don't need a team to make magic, just your vision, a few AI tools, and half a day. In this video, I'll walk you through how to create a 30-second cinematic promo ad for your premiere. I'm going to be using a few of the tools that I have been using for quite a while now, and they're little to no cost. And then, of course, at the end, you can use CapCut to stitch it all together. This is solo creator energy at its best. The first tool I'm going to tell you about is Catalyst. Now, we can go through a quick walkthrough of how it works. This is my Catalyst dashboard. As you can see, I've been using it for a while now. And you actually go ahead and you click New Project. You have two choices. Your new project, you can actually generate from an idea or a script, or you can do something blank, a completely start from scratch empty project. Now, I typically go generate from idea because I usually have an idea before I come in here. So generate. And in this case, I'm going to say something in the generate script area. So in this case, I'm just going to do 5 scenes. You can do scenes in 5 increments of 5. So you go ahead and you do 5 scenes, or if you want to do 10, that's fine. And then generate script. It's going to take some time to do this. And the next step is actually going to be the script itself. So now here's what we have. We can do this in 69 layout. We can do this in a 1-to-1 square if you're doing something for, say, Instagram, or if you're doing something for portrait for TikTok. What we had for the idea, so it breaks down the idea in 5 different frames. Jamie sits at the cozy kitchen table, her eyes wide in disbelief. She quickly stands up from her table, fumbles with her keys, and rushes out the door. Of course, I gave it just a general thing and then extrapolated into something more, and I'm liking it. At this point, you can edit it if you had something specific in mind, but I like to actually just keep it like this and go through to the next step. This is where you choose the style. Since we're going more hyper-realistic or for realistic, we choose cinematic, but you can choose a sketch, a children's illustration, anime, cartoon. Then you have a bunch. The oil painting I like because it has the photorealism element, but there is a hint of comic book in there, so it's a great compromise. But in this case, we're going to go with cinematic. Now, in this case, the default, it will give you the default, but if you had another type of character in mind, here's how you go ahead and you choose that. You change the character's appearance. In this case, because it is a cinematic, I can come up with my own characters. I can actually import character. For example, if I created this from Leonardo, I can import the character in here and use that character's visage. However, the default characters are usually pretty good. The top line are children, then you have teenagers, then you have 20, 30s, and then you have the older generation. So in this case, I'm going to go and change this from this young, kind of young adult teenager to someone a little bit older. So I'm going to go and choose her. Go ahead and save. And of course, her name is Jamie. At this point, what you're doing is you're coming up with a storyboard. You can change the characters' images or character name, whatever, at a later stage in a different context. So we're going to use this character. So once we got that, we go ahead and choose save. Now we have our characters. Jamie's morning surprise. We could change the name of that, but I'm going to be fine with it. Now let's go ahead and create the project. This is going to take about, I'd say, under a minute usually. And it'll actually frame out all of the different scenes that we saw in the scripting section. And then it's going to come up with the pictures. Great. So now we're seeing that Jamie, these are the images. You don't have to use these images. Let me go ahead and show you what you can do. Right here. You can click inside of an image, and we have here at Jamie. So whenever we use the @ symbol, it's going to call up all the characters in the story that we came up with in the story. In this situation, it's only one character in the story. Of course, if you have more than one, just know that you can only fit about 2 main characters in Catalyst frame right now. So Jamie is sipping her tea. She's got a cup or what have you. If you wanted to do something specific, change the image, you can go ahead, sits at her kitchen table, reading her iPad tablets. Okay, so now I have made a few adjustments. Let's go ahead and generate an image. Now, in this case, I can generate one image, I can generate two images, I can generate four images. Every image that you generate does take from the credit that you have, depending on your situation. Catalyst does have a 7-day free version that you can do a lot with. And then once you go through it, I think it starts at, let's say, $20, $30 per month. But for whatever we have to offer here, it's actually a pretty good deal. So I'm going to go with just one image for here, and it'll take a few minutes to get started. Now I have Jamie sitting, and she's actually, taking a look at her tablet and everything. And this is more along the lines of what I wanted to see. Now, for example, if I wanted to animate this image, I wanted to go into video, which is right up here. And from video, I can choose which image I wanted to animate. If I wanted to animate this image or this one, the initial one that I had before, I can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to actually go ahead and keep this image as the animated one. And let's go through and choose that. Now, one of the things that is really great and is really improved about Catalyst is how it has done the images. It's really smoothed out and found some great models. One of the models it uses is Runway. Runway, I've used it in a previous video to animate images, and it is a fantastic model. You also have access to Google VO, Kling, Pro and Standard, and Pixverse as well as one. Now, every time you generate a video, it'll eat the credits up. In this case, the fastest one is the Runway Gen 4. It only takes 5 credits, and I'm good with that. The Google VO takes 250 credits. So, of course, you have to be very economical if you're going to be using the Google VO. And it's going to take you about a minute and a half. Kling Pro is the longest one. It's about 5 minutes, it says. And then everybody else is either 1 minute, and another 1 minute. So the Runway Gen 4 is usually the perfect, or actually does a great job on its own. So I usually stick with that one, plus the 5 credits is actually much better than 250. And now from here, let's go and integrate the voice. Now, I'm in ElevenLabs. It's actually a great text-to-speech platform that I use regularly for demonstrations, and I actually use it in the paid account for my own projects. Right now I'm in my free account. And again, you have about, I think, 10,000 credits free per month. And every time you actually input some voice or some text in here, it does eat up the credits. I think the credits are based on the number of characters. So for Jamie, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a quick dialogue for her character. Now, with this part, you can choose the different characters. I mean, you have here Santa Claus, Santa Claus right now would not work. But one of the defaults that you have access to is called, all these here are defaults. It says default voices. And unless you have a paid subscription, we really can't use the community voices or the custom voices. You only have you have a limited amount of time and a limited amount of space to store voices. But the actual regular voices are pretty good. So in this case, I typically use Aria.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
So that's Aria. That's what she sounds like. So I'm going to actually choose her. If you like this one, you can go ahead and download it, which is what I'm going to do right now. We're going to use this as our default. So next, we have the voice, we have the image. Let's put it together. We have Kling. So I use, whenever I'm doing anything with lip sync, I like to have more control over both the character's voice and the character's speech. So while Catalyst does have those features and they're building on that, I feel myself just more compelled to do something a little bit more for my characters. So in this case, we're in Kling AI Lip Sync. And it's a great feature because you can actually put realistic lip syncing into your videos. Now it's uploaded the scene that I created in Catalyst. Now I'm gonna go ahead and upload the voice. Now, a few things about Kling. The character's face has to be easily detectable. You can't have a lot of transition or movement, or else it won't pick it up and it won't go forward with the lip sync. The character can't be farther, the face can't be down to the side. It'll make it hard for them to be able to move the lips. So just an FYI, a quick way, and just an FYI on Kling. Now this piece of the character, I wanted to go ahead and choose the speech. So I'm going to upload the local dubbing, which is of the speech that we just created in ElevenLabs. Okay, now we've uploaded the speech with the intonation I did. A quick note, this is a 5-second video, and I believe the speech that I generated is about 6 seconds. So what it may do is that it may ask me if I wanted to trim the speech. If Kling, again, is free, you do have a free account, you can do, I think it's 160 characters or 160 credits a month, and each generation takes 5 credits, I believe. So you do have a good amount of work that you can do here. All right, so let's go ahead and add the speech. It's got the character. It's got the audio. So let's go ahead and add the speech. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and edit this. So once the speech has been added to the dashboard or to the actual scene, you can go ahead and choose how you want the speech or where you want the speech to continue. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and narrow down because I can tell that there are some empty spaces here. I'm going to move this part up to the beginning, or at least close enough to the beginning, right? And that should be good enough for what I want to do. But you can go ahead and really edit it. It gives you the dashboard and all the means to kind of edit the speeches you want. And if you have more than one character, it would show you which characters it could pick up. And if you have more than one speech pad, you can put that in here. It's a really handy tool for doing lip sync. Let's go ahead and confirm. So we've got the character done. We've got the audio file. Let's generate. The generation will take a little bit, especially if you're in the free. It'll take you about maybe 6 or 7 minutes about. It'll tell you that it's in progress, and it'll show you how long it'll take. Oh, it'll take about 2 minutes. That's actually faster than what I've seen. So in a couple of minutes, we'll have something. I'll be back then. Here we have the image with the lip sync. Let's see how this sounds.
Ugh, what a great morning. Let's see what my email is telling me. Ugh, what a great morning. Let's see what my email is telling me.
Great. It looks actually really realistic and, pretty realistic. And she's playing around with her tablet as she's saying the speech, and that is perfect because, of course, that's what people do. So now that we have this video, we now have the means to combine Catalyst images and short video clips with a lip sync function thanks to ElevenLabs and Kling. And you can also put all that together, all the different scenes that you'll create from this in CapCut, which is very easy to use. If you guys wanted me to actually do a tutorial on that for CapCut Desktop, let me know in the comments. If this video gave you ideas, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more solo creator workflows. And if you try it, of course, tag me. I'd love to see what you create.